He act like he knows. He knows about this.
But he don't know. He don't know about it, but he'll put it in like.
No, I gotta set the music. No, I can't. It's gonna copyright. I can take it off.
I don't even know if they can hear.
Yeah.
Is it showing the center?
Unless you put the music down.
Is that a lot now or no? Already?
Yeah. It should be already.
Yeah. You gotta move to this side, right? That doesn't see.
No, I gotta see it from here.
You see it?
Yeah, let me know how it looks from there. At least the lighting looks good. It looked like last time, like all the lights were on.
Wow.
It looked like it. It was only this now. Is yours?
The water pump?
Yeah.
I bought that big water pump.
Oh, you never.
Bro, I'm coming prepared for Saturday. I always drink like 3 water bottles.
You ready to have it? Yeah.
2 gallons today?
Yeah.
2
gallons more.
for Saturday? 2 gallons. Alright. There'd be like 1 for like me, 1 for the rest of the people.
Oh, all for you.
Wait, only for me?
All for you.
Can't do that, bro. It's hard.
Got you, coach. Pretty wide.
Yeah. Doesn't this one. Hey, what the hell's going on? Where you going?
Nothing. Now you warming up.
Does it look far if we're in the middle?
I like it close
Move it. Yeah, but we gotta move it closer.
to the line.
Zoom. Better? They don't look too far?
Oh, that's good.
It's like on the big.
Stop echoing. Yes, you. It's echoing. He just shut it off. Yeah, like that.
Who's the place? Told you?
What's that? Oh.
The other. Oh, you mean,
Yes.
Yeah. We need three more. Three? What? Three more.
Oh, minimum why would it be 2017? Minimum why would it be 2017? 2015, 2014, 2013, 18, 19. And 16, we won in 16 too. So we only made it 17.
That's it?
Yeah, and we would have won it every year. And 2000
One. 13. 14. 16. 17.
yeah, that's all with Mo and Kareem, right? Mo, Kareem, Nick. That was with Mo, Kareem, Nick, and like all those guys. Will, Kareem, Will. What is God?
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
He was on us.
Wow, we had it till 13 years.
There's 56.
That's 17, right?
Yeah.
Career year? Well, he was
Minions or Buxton.
That team has to have come a long way.
What?
Minions.
Minions.
That was the Ohio rushing guy.
That was Minions. It was Minions because Clark and Nico were on there, and they lost against Minions. Because I was on the elementary team, and I always came next to you, and I used to always
So
play.
we lost in the semis.
Yeah, against Minions.
And Minions lost to Bucks.
Yeah. I think Buxton beat Young Guns. I know one time Minions was really good one year.
They always did. They put it.
Yeah, but they were really good. Like that was I think the number 1 and number 2 team. And then we had them in the semis.
Their elementary team.
Yeah.
They're huge.
They're so big.
My father's. Oh no.
McDonald had. Come and get the other one. That's two. 3. Back you had that meeting while we were at the boat.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us today. We're going to start in a couple of minutes. Let you guys stretch for a moment. If you have a partner, you're following us and doing this on your own, take the next 2 or 3 minutes to stretch, and then we'll get ready to go. Did you ever get him with that?
What?
Nope, I never got yet. I never met you.
I had to interview that, remember? And
No, 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 but I don't know. No, sport games, you know that?
Oh, another one with the YouTube guy.
Oh, you don't know, Mike, okay. We'll do that.
I'm gonna do a Pete then. Yeah.
The hell?
I'm gonna see you in the comments. That's it. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're terrible.
Good. See? Yeah, practice. Yeah, I'm not on the side. Professional doesn't trick. Or dead.
You're getting better. You keep doing it.
I'm very sweaty. I don't know why I don't sweat.
Go, try to walk around. Try that side way.
5 steps.
Walk around.
I know. Oh, God.
What?
5? Let's try this. Hold on. Hold on. Wait, let's not that.
That's it.
I didn't want.
Wait.
So we're just having Tyler here, my trusted partner, warm up a little bit, and then we'll get going. As always, make sure before you work out, you get a good warm up in, good stretch in. We should be able to break the sweat a little bit. This is one of the most important parts of wrestling. Stretching, warming up properly. It definitely stops and helps one not get injured as much. Okay, so today we're going to be working on Underhooks Series. Some attacks from an underhook, some counters from when you get underhooked. But we'll first get into some things that we want to do. Some things that we want to do. How do we get to an underhook? We're definitely not just going to be able to come in and underhook somebody. So there's going to be some type of movements, and the way we use our hands to get to this underhook becomes pretty important as well. So, okay, so let's talk about this a little bit. What is an underhook? Okay, an underhook just means that I'm coming in under his armpit and hooking his shoulder. One thing that I like to do on my underhooks, I know some coaches may say some other things. Understand something, things that I say that are my preference versus what you may know or other things that you're taught. Neither way is wrong. It becomes you as a wrestler. It's your responsibility to pick out things from a bunch of people that you may come and encounter with other coaches, and take a little bit from everybody that'll fit you. Okay, so at some point in your wrestling careers, you're gonna have to take control of your wrestling and make it yours. Okay, so I'm pretty sure we have thousands of wrestlers go to camps, clinics, and see 20 different single legs or 20 different high crotches. Coaches may explain things differently or in different ways that kids may get confused or not understand. So every coach has their own language and how they explain and maybe do things. Again, no coach is wrong. Pretty sure everybody that has shown you some technique has had some type of success in their wrestling careers, so they can't be wrong. Again, it becomes your job as a wrestler or an athlete to be able to take what all these great people with information give you and then use certain things to better your game or your wrestling. Okay, so again, an underhook is just basically me trying to get into underneath his arms, get to his shoulder. And what becomes really important for me is, this is how I started. Some coaches may say they want this elbow high. which is not a wrong thing. I have run into a little bit of walls trying to keep my opponent's elbows high, and I'll explain why when we get to counters. So my preference when I control this underhook becomes trying to keep my elbow pointing down to the mat. So when I control this underhook, I kind of curl his shoulder into me, and I keep my elbow pointed down. Again, is this wrong? I'm not going to say it's wrong. There are some things that you have to be aware about. If you get to that elbow kind of high, there's several things that an opponent can use that or do to counter that elbow kind of being high. Okay, how do we want to get to this underhook? Okay, I use my hands several different ways. Hand movement, hand fighting is crucial in wrestling. Generally, what I want to do is get his arms or one arm to kind of raise up. Doesn't have to be a lot. It could be a little bit, but enough where I can go ahead and sneak in an underhook. And one of the best ways or common ways to do that is to be able to get this guy's head down, get his head down, and then bang in an underhook. Okay, I'll do it on this side. Bang his head down, his arm comes up, I control this underhook. Okay, I want to do something a little bit different using that head bang. What I want to do is I want to go to a shoulder pop. Okay, shoulder pop, move him. There goes my arm coming in. Okay, shoulder pop, move him. There I go ahead and sneak in my arm. Okay, and just like our 2-on-1 that we did last week, the same movements apply when we get to this control. Okay, I want to be able to pull my opponent down. I want to be able to circle him, pick him up, right? Just be able to move him around a little bit. Okay, this hand is not stagnant. It's doing things all the time. It's either pushing his face away, it's controlling a wrist. You definitely want to be able to control something, because if I don't control anything, again, he has attacks on me. Okay, so we'll do this a little bit. I'll show it a couple more times. I want to be able to kind of create my distance here, right? I'm the one that controls how close I want my opponent to get to me. Okay, if I don't want him close, I'll extend my arms here. Okay, if I want to allow him to get close, then I'll bend him, and now he'll get close to me at a distance and the time when I want him to. Okay, so basically I'm controlling my opponent. I'm not allowing him to get close to me when he wants to. I'll allow him to get close to me when I want him to. I use my hands to do that. All right, so we're lead leg. We're always reaching with an opposite side arm. Okay, we're not reaching on the same side. My leg becomes open. I want to go ahead and shoulder bump him. Shoulder, bang. Go ahead and get to this underhook. Okay? If you're at home with a partner or with a parent or whatever it is, what I want you to do right now is that same motion. Okay, and then I'll have Tyler do it for a little bit. I want to be able to go ahead and shoulder bump him. Shoulder, hit, come, move, circle, move. Okay, after we control. We'll go again. We'll go, hit, move, pull, get him up, circle him all different types of ways, so that we can just start learning and getting comfortable how we want to control that underhook. Again, be careful how you get it. We'll get into counters in a little bit, but I don't want to come here and just raise his arm all the way as high as I can. Okay, understand that there's an opening on this side that he can go ahead and come and attack me. Okay, if I don't do this correctly. So when I get it, I punch it in, I keep my elbow down, and then I curl it to my body. I'll shoulder bump him, hit, here, pull down. Okay, the rest becomes me controlling the shoulder just like I do with that 2-on-1. I can raise him up, right, pop my hips in, raise him up, I can pull him down, I can circle him, however it is I want to. And that's just the beginnings of being able to get to an underhook and then control and move our opponent around a little bit. All right, one more time. I'm going to shoulder bump him. All right, there's my gauge. I shoulder, quick hit to his head, in. Okay, then I can go ahead and either push into him with my hips in, I can pull him down, I can circle, I can push his face away, whatever it is I want to do from there. All right, take a couple minutes if you have a partner right now. to kind of work on that a little bit. I'll have Tyler do this maybe about 10 times. Yeah, me too. You have any questions? I turned on comments today, as you guys can see, so feel free to type if you want me to show something or explain something again. I'll have him do this 5 more times.
Every feet on.
I don't say it, but it's
You make fun of me too of it. You encourage him. You come up with his mouth.
okay. So that's just the beginnings of being able to control how you want to make contact with your opponent. Obviously, every coach is going to tell you, you know, when you want to grab somebody, we don't want to just come up and get out of position. Don't forget, that's my favorite word. Position is everything in wrestling. Okay, so we have to make sure that we do make contact. We're in a good stance, right? We're attacking kind of low first. If we need to, then we can start climbing up the body and then get into controls for that contact. It's a good rule of thumb. And it's something that if young wrestlers can pick this up pretty quickly, quickly meaning earlier on in their career, wrestling may be a little bit easier, okay? Make contact with your head first. There's no reason why I need to remove my hands from a good position to allow him to come in, okay? He's in a good stance, I'm in a good stance. Again, good rule of thumb is to go ahead and make contact with your head first because you're close enough. He puts his hands up, I might not even have to touch him, and I can change level and then attack him from there, okay? So what we want to do is we always want to put our hands on somebody. Be annoying with your hands, okay? Be annoying. Give this opponent little hits, move, right? We're moving. However it is, and then I can go ahead, smack that underhook, and then be able to go from there.
That was very
Okay? Okay, so, excuse me. The first thing that we could do, offensively attack from this underhook. Again, remember my shoulders, my elbows down. I want to curl him. I don't want to have my arms extended. I want to pull him right into me. Okay, this makes it a little bit harder for him to go ahead and clear this because I'm controlling this pretty tight. Okay, if I did this, again, if I did this trying to get his elbow high, then that becomes a little bit easier for him to kind of clear that, and then I'll lose him. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and hit, move, get to this point, curl this arm in. Okay, I want to get some motion as I circle, get him coming to me, and then I'm going to change level for this single leg. Okay, once I get to this underhook, I'm controlling something. I can control his head if I need to. I'm going to yank down to me, kind of take a back step or shuffle backwards a little bit, pull. I'm in position already. I change level. My head is up. I'm nice and high on the thigh, and then I can go ahead and push in and be able to get to the single leg. Okay? Slowly, I want to be able to bump, hit, control. Motion, change level, attack. All the way down to the single leg. Okay, one more time. A hit, I always want to give him a little jolt, right? He might be excited when this match starts. He might have some type of emotions going on, and I don't want him to get close to me, so I'll let him know. You're not getting close. You want to get close? Here we go. Pull, single leg. Clear. Okay, one more time. We get to this point, I either control his hand, I can go ahead and control his head. Okay? If once I get to this underhook, I want to go ahead and side shuffle. Okay, I'm changing my levels as I go. Take a nice step behind his knee, attack above the thigh, above the knee, push in, come right back out. Okay, and we can go ahead, finish however it is you want to finish from there. Okay? I'll have Tyler do this a couple times. One more time. Okay, that's your basic underhook. Get some motion going, get him stepping. Make sure we're changing level. Okay, we're not reaching for this guy's leg with our backs bent. After I pull him, I change level, get to that leg, and be in a nice strong power position from there. I'll give you guys a couple seconds. Ask some questions if you have any. Okay. Second offense, or another option we have off of this underhook, goes a little bit, or is tied into, again, that 2-on-1 motion where we get to the 2-on-1, and now we're circling to the back, like we did last Tuesday. When I get to this technique, what I want to do is get to this underhook and be able to do the same thing. I'm going to pull him down and circle. As I'm circling, what's going to happen is I'm going to get to the top of his head. I'm going to kind of pull him down, and I want to swing him around into this front head position. And this gets tied into also what we did Tuesday as far as front head is concerned. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to go ahead and hit club, get to this head. Okay, remember, concentrate on your elbow being down. Right, from here, I'm going to take this hand and get to the side of his face, and I'm just going to circle him down. This leg that I have, my left leg, is going to come back as I circle because that's the way he's going to come taking it. Now we're in that front head, and then we have our finishes that we did the other day. Okay, so what does it look like a little bit quicker? I want to go ahead and hit, swing. Right into that front head. Okay, and I hold on to that hook as I bring him down. Hit on the hook. Right, I start circling backwards. This other hand goes to his head. I swing him around. Swing him down. Then I can go ahead and finish my attack. Okay, I'll do that one more time a little quicker. I hit him. Hit him. He's down. Tap. You got that too? Okay. Very slowly, one more time. I get to this underhook. My shoulders and my elbows down. Okay. As I circle, my other hand is coming to the side of his face. I backpedal. I swing him all the way down. Bring that leg back. Right? And now we're back into our short offense from the other day. Okay.
That's him.
Is it?
Yeah. You don't want to call me Taz.
I'll have Tyra do this a bunch of times. No, we can't call it that. No, he doesn't.
Right, now this is call me Taz.
Supernova. That's me. We'll have him on hand. Again, the way we're bringing our opponent down, we're using kind of a swinging motion. So I kind of take a back step and bring him down. Whatever side I'm circling him to, if I'm circling him to my right, then I got to get that right leg back. If I circle him to the left, I'm going to have to go ahead and get that left leg back. Because that's the direction that I'm snapping him down to.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Here.
Very important to use kind of this circle snap down to get your opponent a little bit off balance. It also allows, or it makes your opponent have to, number one, put his hands down to land on the mat, and it's going to take a second or so for your opponent to adjust. That second of time should be enough time for you to go ahead and clear and score in that short offense position. Fully done. That's the whole purpose of keeping that open. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Not gonna pass it down.
Just keep on getting him down. Down, yeah. You go 2 more times? Yeah.
Haven't heard it today. Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's kind of one way to snap your opponent down from there. In my wrestling philosophy, it's a lot easier. Well, not a lot easier, but understand that when you're attacking, okay, when you're attacking, you start in a good stance, right? This is your power position in here. Okay. In order for me to get to his legs, I have to get underneath him and then get to his legs. Okay. What that does is that allows him, if he's quick enough or sees it coming, to sprawl, get his weight on me, and then just start putting a lot of pressure on me. So it's not always good or safe to go underneath opponents. All right. It takes a lot of skill. It takes a lot of work, a lot of drilling to be able to get in on somebody, right? Get underneath somebody, and then get back up to your feet as fast as you can. Because the longer you stay on your knees, the more trouble you're going to be in. Okay. On the flip side, I am at very little risk. Okay, if I can get him underneath me, right? Remember what I said. You can get in a lot of trouble going underneath wrestlers because they can sprawl. So if I don't want to go underneath my opponent, then the next best option is to be able to go ahead and snap somebody down and not control them and have them underneath you so they can carry your weight. Okay, so that becomes a skill or an idea of starting to become, as you get older, more high level, of being more efficient with your shot selections, picking your attacks a little bit more calculative, and just trying as much as possible not to get stuck underneath your opponents here. Okay, is it a bad position? It's not bad, but I'm going to have to work a little bit to go ahead and finish this takedown. Okay, versus me getting his head down and him not being underneath, and now I'm a little bit safer here. Still make him come back up. If I mess up getting to his legs, the danger is getting scored on. So it's a little bit off topic, but the more we can get our opponents underneath us without them having to attack and we're not sprawling, I think it's a little bit better. The next option we have is another snap down, just different technique to it. I get to this underhook. I have good head position, and I want to go ahead and change my level and fake to that leg. Okay, I change my level and go ahead and fake to that single leg. As he pulls that leg back, I'm going to snap him down straight to the side that he took his leg from. Okay, so if I go ahead and fake his right leg, then I'm snapping his arm down right to that side, catching him in that front head. A mistake that guys make when they want to get to this front head or snap somebody down is they'll be in good position and then they'll go like this and reach up. And in that time, if you wrestle somebody who's good at duck unders, who's a little bit savvy, things like that will happen. So what we don't want to do is reach up for our opponent's head. I don't want to open myself up. I want to stay as low as I can. Right? I go and fake, snap him down into my front head. Okay, I'm not necessarily pulling his head down, but I snap that underhook down and put him down where his foot was. So I get to this underhook, I'm in good position here, I fake him, and then as I snap, I gotta move my leg back, because that's where I'm snapping him. I snap with this underhook, catch with the other hand, snap, catch. Now we're back into short offense like we were on Tuesday. Okay, one more time. It's a fake, pull down on that underhook. Okay, fake his leg, pull down. 4. Okay, different angle. Good position. I fake, and then I snap him down with these underhook. I don't reach up. Right, this arm just kind of stays down here so that when I snap him down, he falls right into my underhook, my front head. Okay. Again, underhook. I want to go ahead and fake, and then I snap down on the shoulder. right to where my foot is, because I'm gonna move my foot back. Snap, move it back, and then we can change direction and finish however it is we want to finish from there. Right, I'll have time to do this a couple times. So as you can see, this is a pretty explosive technique. Right after you fake, if he pulls that leg back, gotta start snapping down. Right? Even if he doesn't pull his leg back, if it's in your head that you want to go ahead and touch his leg and snap him down, commit to it. Okay, commit to it. Don't change your mind in the middle. That slight hesitation, good wrestlers can feel, and then they'll come straight in on a re-attack or just counter if you get to it. So Tyler's doing a really good job of getting to that fake and then pulling back, making sure that elbow will come down right after that fake. 2 more times. Okay, so that's just a different version of a snap down from there. Fake snaps, being able to try to get your opponent underneath your chest, underneath your body, so that he can carry your weight and feel your weight. And now we're in a better position to be able to score from there. Okay, I'll give you guys a couple minutes. Ask some questions if you need it. I'm going to grab a drink. Okay, one vitamin water. One vitamin water. The one that has 0 sugar. It has like a weird
Bitter taste.
to it.
And like a bitter taste, right?
Yeah. Like a flat bitter soda or something like that. Question?
No. Just only a key supernova.
Supernova don't have a question? No?
Atom. Like that.
Okay. Those are 3 basic attacks that we have from there. I don't know how much, I'll probably stop us there. I'll go over a couple other things that you could do off of this underhook. Okay? I get to my underhook. Other things we can do are knee taps. I generally set up my knee tap the same way I set up my snap down. Okay, I'm in a good stance here. I'll go ahead and fake that single leg and then drive and continue down, drive my opponent down. There's a video on our channel where one of our coaches, Coach Roman, goes over that knee tap. So, you guys can always go back to our channel and look at that knee tap. But again, from this underhook, I like to go ahead and fake and then step back across my opponent's body. Obviously, I'm not going to stay on my feet. I'm going to go ahead and land on him and hopefully keep him on his back.
I'll do it.
Okay, so that's a knee tap. Okay, fake. He likes to beat me up. Okay, so that's your far knee tap. Other things we can do from here. and you can get to a high crotch from here. Generally, how I set up my high crotch is if I have my, I'll generally have my hip in on this left side. If I have a left-sided underhook, my left leg would normally be in front. So what I like to do is I like to just back step with this leg. I back step, I change my level, and I'm in on a high crotch. Okay? That's another thing we can do. I'm in on this underhook, I'm controlling him, I back step, so I'm square. This opening here, I'm able to go underneath, make sure my body's up, my chest is up, my head is up. I'm creating 90-degree angles with my body. Those things are very important when we're in our legs. Okay? That's your underhook, your high crotch. We did an ankle pick. When we did 2-on-1s, we can do the same thing. I can go ahead and pull him, okay, get his foot stepping. I don't think we were able to see this on last Tuesday. When I step in for this ankle pick, I want to step in. I want to be able to step in and get my heel on the mat and my toe out, my toes pointing up to the sky, okay? I don't want to just step in here because he's just going to step his foot back and then go ahead and counter me. So let's see how close I can get so you guys can see it. When I end up stepping in, I get my heel to the mat and my toe is pointing up. My toe goes towards his ankle so that I can go ahead and trap his foot here, and then I'm going to level change and get to that ankle pick. Okay? Why do I put my toe up? There's a reason. If I get here and he decides to want to move his foot and get it out, go ahead. That toe is up so I can lift my own foot and help me bring his foot closer to me. Okay? Again, I talked about this the first day, being able to use your whole body, every part of your body, your head, your ears, your elbows, your hands, your knees, your thighs, your feet, your toes, everything. Okay? These things become important. When I go ahead and step for this ankle pick, okay, I move him, I go ahead and hop step, come in, my toes pointing up to the sky and into his ankle. And if he decides to want to move it away, then I just pick my own foot up and I go ahead and snatch. Either way, when I do it, I move, I get here, and I go ahead, knock him down for that ankle pick. Okay? Other things we can do, other attacks we can do from here. We have throw-by type things from here. Okay? I want to be able to yank him down. Okay? I want to yank him down. Hit my single leg from there. Okay? Again, I yank him so I can get him, lean him down. And when I get to this high snatch single, I want to attack high on his leg. Okay? Reason being, if I attack low on it and he kind of kicks out, I might miss it. If I attack high on his thigh, I may catch his knee. I'm hopefully definitely going to catch that ankle and be in a position to attack from here. Okay? So I kind of pull him down. I pull him down. Nice and high on that thigh, above the knee. Okay, I'm a big fan of attacking knees. Anything on the knee or higher, for me is strong. Anything below the knee becomes 50-50 scramble type situations. Okay, I'm not a scrambler, so when I get into my attacks, I like to make sure that it's close to 100% and I'm going to finish. And for me, attacking his knees or anything above the knee is better for me. That was a throw-by. We can hit a similar throw-by just attacking his body. Go ahead and pull him down and attack his body. End up here. This is a little bit more Greco-y, but it'll definitely work in any style of wrestling. Again, I get to this underhook in a good head position, yank him, throw, catch his body, and then I'm ready to go for my 5 or whatever it is, however I want to take him down from there. Another attack we can do from here is go ahead and faking his leg, and then being able to come down in on a sweep single leg. Okay? I'll go ahead and fake that single leg, fake it, I take no more steps. Now this one comes, change level, and attack that single leg. We have double legs. Okay? We have double legs again. I'll back step, change level, get in on his legs. Okay, underhook. I'll back step, change level, in on his legs. We have doubles from there. We have inside trips from there, guys. There's a million things we could do. You have pretty much every single attack you have off of one control, you can transfer those things to other controls. So understand, wrestling is pretty simple. A lot of times we make wrestling a little bit more complicated than what it is. We can kind of tend to overthink it. It really isn't that complicated. There's 3 basic shots in wrestling. Okay, double leg, head inside single, head outside single, or a high crotch. Everything else comes off of those 3 main leg attacks from there. Okay? Inside trip, I'll just have him here. I'll go ahead and pull, top step in, and go ahead and finish. Trying to think what else I can do from here. If I want to get froggy or bold, okay, I can kind of pull him into me and then go ahead and turn my hips in for a headlock if I wanted to. Again, there are a bunch of things that you could do from that underhook, and every single one of those attacks can be done inside control, outside control, 2-on-1, wrist controls. However you want to control somebody, there is a way to get to every single one of these attacks. Normally they're the same motions, just different types of controls off those 3 basic leg attacks. Any questions on underhook offense? Good. Countering this underhook. I like to use my opponent's momentum of digging in that underhook. Right? If I allow him to just get this underhook in, get his elbow down, and then start clamping, then it becomes harder for me to kind of clear this out. Okay, so generally when we drill this, I'm going to hit this pretty quickly as he's coming in for this underhook. What is the technique to get out of this underhook? One technique. I take this overhook and I want to be able to raise it. I raise my hand because I want to sneak my elbow in between his shoulder so I can slide it out. Okay? Again, he comes in, my arm goes up, I sneak my elbow inside past his ear, and I slide out and circle in front. My other arm, if he has me really close where I can't get away from him, then I want to use my opposite hand to go ahead and post so I can create some distance. Then I can slide that arm out, and then I'm able to circle in front and start getting my attacks ready. Okay? So as he comes in, my arm comes up, I slide it down through his body, and I go ahead and circle out of it. Okay? He comes in, I hit that chest, create that space, I come down. If I catch his neck on the way down, I catch it, because now I can go ahead and change level and attack him from here. Okay? One more time. He comes in, I get to his chest, I'm creating my space in here. I got to get my hand up, okay? Get it down through this hole, and on my way down, I might catch his head, or I can go ahead and get to my attacks from there. Okay, what does it look like a little bit quicker? I'll let Tyler kind of bump me and hit me, dig an underhook in, and then I'll slide out of it. He comes in, out. Okay, he comes in, post, out, move. Okay, one more time. He comes in, come out, move. Okay, so as he's getting this underhook in, I want to slide it out. I'm not wasting time. I don't want this guy to start clamping on me, and now there's no way I'm going to be able to get my shoulder, and if I start pulling out, he's going to go ahead and attack me. Okay, so as soon as he digs it, as soon as I feel my arm coming up, my arm comes up, I slide it down, and I start creating some motion so I can go ahead and attack him from there. I'll have Tyler do this a couple times. Okay. So that's one way to clear. Again, we get into trouble when we just allow him to pull us in, right? And then we look like we're backing out. And then eventually there's going to be an opening where he's going to be able to come in and attack me. So we don't waste time, right? We don't want somebody controlling us. We don't want somebody putting their hands on us. We don't want anybody controlling our arms or shoulders, right? For me, inside or outside control is a benefit for either guy, depending if you know how to use that. So being inside or outside is more of a comfort thing than it is the right thing to do. If you feel comfortable grabbing outside elbows, then that's up to you. It's not wrong. Learn how to use them. Outside elbows are a good thing to use when you have somebody that's really trying to fight to get inside. Other than that, you just don't want somebody touching you. You don't want somebody putting their hands on you. You don't want somebody moving you around. Bottom line, you don't want to be controlled. And if you're moving around the mat following your opponent, okay, then that's whether he's touching you or not, you're being controlled. Okay? You want to be the one that dictates how your opponent moves, whether he moves left, he moves right, he comes down, he comes up. That becomes your main job, to be able to control your opponent. Okay, that's dominating and just having control of your opponent and being able to manipulate where you want him to go on the mat. Okay, so we don't allow this opponent to go ahead and just clamp, right? Can he get out? He can get out from here. It's going to take a little bit of work. It might happen quickly. It might not happen at all. I might take him down. Okay, it might take him some time to clear it. But good thing to do is, as soon as he comes in for this underhook, use that momentum of him kind of getting his arm up to slide that elbow through, and then go ahead and keep your arms free, keep your body free, so your opponent doesn't control you. Okay, that's one way to defend that underhook. One other thing that we could do to be able to get out of this underhook is we can get back to our ankle pick. Okay, he cuts to his underhook. If he doesn't grab my hand first, then I'm going to control his. Okay, I'll control his, or he'll control mine. Okay, either way, I got him. I always have to think that I have my opponent. And I said this on Tuesday, there's no such thing as defense. I don't have to defend him grabbing my hand. Okay, use what your opponent gives you to go ahead and attack your opponent. Okay, take defense out of your vocabulary. I'm going to say that every video. Defense is a word that should never happen or come out of a wrestler's mouth. There's no such thing as defense. Okay, you stop something and then you go ahead and attack. Counter and attack. Counter and attack. There's no defense. Okay, so he gets to this underhook. Maybe I control him, or he gets to me first. Okay, he's controlling my hands. I can't get it out. I want to go ahead and maybe backstep and kind of pull him to me. Once I get him square, I'm going to go ahead and step deep. My head comes up, and then I'm going to step across, lock my hand so I can go ahead and take him down from here. That'll happen whether he's controlling my arm or I'm controlling his arm. I'll pull, go. Okay, if he's controlling mine and he's holding it tight, I'll pull my arm out, go, and then go from there. Okay, duck under position. I want to be able to duck under his armpit. Okay, again, I'm stepping deep, and as soon as I go under, my whole body comes back up. My head is up, my chest is up, my hips are in, and then I want to go ahead and drive across his body for the takedown. Okay, again, he controls my underhook. He has my hand. Whether he has it or whether I have it, really to me doesn't matter. I want to get him stepping a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and come up, get my body in. My head is up, my chest is up, his back leg is going to step across, and I'm going to finish that takedown. Okay, take a couple minutes if you have a partner. So go ahead and go over that a little bit. I'll have time to do this for about a minute or so. I should never leave store after these, and I leave store open.
Good morning. I'll beat him up too.
I want to.
Oh, wait, come in.
This is how it be.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That's too good. They want to-
I was just scared to think it would come up. That's why I come in.
Woman,
I
everyone.
only comes in the morning, but I'm tired. And ask me when you want to come, because you can't only do much.
Okay, so that's your duck under. Off your opponent, controlling you in that underhook. Whether he controls your wrist or you have his wrist. Big pull, everything comes under, comb your hair. Good rule of thumb when you're doing duck unders, you don't really want to go wide. Duck unders happen in small spaces, okay? I want to just be able to comb my hair here. Comb my hair. Get my body up. Be able to go ahead and attack. Comb your hair and duck unders. Comb. Duck unders. Okay? We don't want to open up too wide and then leave openings open for our opponent. Okay? I'm going to show a funky one here.
Wait, I got one. I got one. I want to go like this.
Yeah. So, I'll save that. Yeah, there are a bunch of ways we can get out here when we're done with this last one. Then we'll go over a couple extra counters that we could use, and then we'll go from there. So, this one's a little bit. I don't want to say it's a little bit more athletic. It takes a little bit more time to get and the technique for it. It's a fun thing to do. So I'll show it here. My opponent's in on the underhook. Okay. Now I want to either control his elbow or control his wrist. Okay. What I want to do is I want to take this overhook hand and get to his head. Okay. Get to his head, and I'm going to want to move his head to the side. Okay. I'm going to want to move his head to the side. This way. Okay. Eventually he's going to let go of this underhook. I'm going to end up trapping it. Overhook hand comes to his head. Okay. As I get to his head, I'm going to sidestep to the side. I get to his head, I sidestep to the side. Okay. Get to his head, sidestep towards the arm. Okay. Sidestep towards the arm. This way. Control. Overhook. Head. Go. Okay. My finish is going to be just a drop, and I'm going to trip. I'm going to kind of sit into a double leg because his momentum is going to take him away from me. I'm going to use this sit. I'm going to end up sitting kind of like in this position when I get to his leg, and then I'm going to be able to pop up as quick as I can from here. My motion is going to take him that way. So a lot of times as he's going, it might be that there's so much momentum that he's just falling, and I'm going to be able to go ahead and fall on top of him. Okay, I'm going to do this a little bit slowly so you guys can see it.
Oh my, everyone knows that you just can't get up in there.
Yeah, okay. All right, so again, he has his underhook. I'll do this from the back, and I'll just circle a couple times. We're here. I want to sidestep as I get to his head. Okay? Back. Okay. Here. I get to his head, I sidestep, this leg is gonna come out, and I'm gonna sit to my butt. Attack. This position, there you go. Yeah. I'll go this way. I want to sidestep, get to his head, move his head out of the way. Okay? Attack his legs. This is his momentum. I just got to use my head now to go ahead and drive him down and be able to get to that takedown. Okay? Another slight thing you could do from here instead of trip that far leg is go to kind of like an inside hook trip, right? So instead of me sitting on my butt, I can change this and come hook in for this double leg. Okay? Again, I'm moving his head out of the way. Instead of sitting and blocking that far leg, I'm going to sidestep, hook, and just drive him down towards his double leg. Okay, one more time. On the hook, I control him. I want to be able to move his head out of the way. I sidestep, get in between. Finish that double leg. Okay. Any questions on that? I'll show that one more time, and then I'll have Tyler done a couple of these out. Important. Small things we have to do. He's controlling me in his underhook. I need to control him now. Okay? I'm bringing his far arm to his ear, or the side of his headgear, and I'm moving him as I sidestep. Okay? I move him as I sidestep. My next step is going to be coming in. Or I sit to my butt to get to that double leg. Right? I sidestep, I sit to my butt as I move him, I'm tripping him, and then I go ahead and attack. Okay? Different angle. I move his head, I sidestep, and I drop. Right? See my leg here? This leg is tripping his far foot, and then I'm going to end up being tight in here, where I can go ahead and knock him down. All right? The inside trip one, not really an inside trip, but kind of a hook. I want to be able to move his head. Okay? Again, I'm going to sidestep, and then I'm stepping in here on this hook. Last in the back for that double leg. Okay? I'll have Tyler do that a couple times. You're going to side step right? Yeah. Yeah. And then you're going to sit right there.
Head step.
Yeah. Sit in a little bit more. So you have before I hit. Concentrate on the same side. Concentrate on the straighten that foot. You want to catch this.
Oh, sit like close to.
Yeah. It doesn't have to completely catch it, but if it just raises it as you go, then that's kind of solve the same purpose. Like you can come down and I just quickly throw, and because your momentum is taking you that way, you just kind of fumble. But you know, will give you enough time to be able to get your build. Yeah. Think about the same motion as that the counter in the 2-on-1 when they post. When you come up and just move. Right?
Yeah.
We pull. We pull better for you.
That's as far as that one. That's why I go here.
Yeah. Okay. So that's that one. We're pretty much out of time for today, but I'll go over a couple more counters. Again, using our opponent's aggressiveness to try to get into that underhook, wanting to get that underhook really high. Once I get into this underhook, or as I'm getting it, Tyler's just going to go ahead and turn and clear it with his own quick reattack of a high crotch. So, looks like we're gonna go. Okay. So what happens is, as he goes and digs his underhook in, I'm gonna use that momentum of it coming up for me to go ahead and high crotch here and attack. Okay? It's a little difficult to do it slow, but as he gets his in, he's gonna go ahead and back pocket. This part is very important. If you don't put this arm here back pocket, then he's gonna stay holding on to this arm. Right, so as I control this underhook, or I don't really control it because he's using my momentum, as I come in, he's gonna pop. This guy should go ahead and fall, and then we're in on that high crotch. If you want to keep the arm, you can also keep the arm. Right, Tyler will just go ahead and turn it as I come, and end up hitting a fireman from here. The other thing that we could do from there, well, I'll show those two again. We'll go underhook. As I go ahead and bring them up, hand has to go back pocket. This is important. Okay, you can't forget this part. If you forget this, then this guy's just going to go ahead and keep this hook and bring it down. So we want to keep our arm close to our body, over-exaggerate this motion here. Okay, and then he's just going to pivot up for this high crotch. Okay, fireman again. I dig it. He's using my momentum again, too aggressive. And then he's going to finish that high crotch or that fireman. There's a lot of things we could do. The last one I have Tyler show is guy underhooks. We want to go ahead and straight arm and attack the same side that he's attacking. So if I attack him underhook on this side, he's going to straighten his arm out, put his hand in the middle of my thigh, and start circling to that side. Right? Maybe he has a shot from here. He probably has a drag from here. Okay? As he goes and puts this down, this underhook kind of loosens. He can go ahead and come in here, clear it, and end up going to a drag from here. Okay? So as he gets this underhook in, okay, I want to straighten my arm out and attack that side. Get my motion going that way. As his arm comes out, I can go ahead, drag and go from there. Okay? Same counters, guys. Same attacks, same counters. Pull, ankle pick. Okay? Another funky one, if he's in nice and close, I want to go ahead and pose and sweep him down to the mat. Again, using my feet, using my hands, getting him thinking about me attacking high or attacking low, or attacking in the middle, or attacking mid-level, or lower mid-level, or higher mid-level. Whatever. Get your opponent guessing where you want to attack, whether it's high, upper chest, stomach, hips, thighs, knees, low. Keep your opponent guessing how you want to attack this. So he'll get into this underhook. If I can't clear this, right, if I can't get my arm up and clear, then I'm going to punch him in the chest or kind of palm him in his chest. I'll take a step out, and then this foot's going to go ahead and trip. So I'll take a step out, pull, and then normally I'm going to fall down with him and hopefully get some back points from there. All right, so we've gone over, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 different attacks from an underhook. We've gone over maybe 3 or 4 counters from there. I showed, we didn't go over, but I showed another 4 or 5 attacks and a couple other counters from that underhook. Um, Again, along with that 2-on-1, an underhook is just another way to be able to control your opponent, manipulate his body around the mat, and then get to one of the three, um, basic attacks, or branch off of those things to be able to, use underhooks for however you want to make it for you. What I say is not set in stone. It's not gold. Um, what somebody else might say is not gold set in stone. All of us spend a lot of time, I'm pretty sure, watching video, studying wrestling. We've all picked up something different that works for us individually, and now it's your turn to pick up something and take a lot of things, a lot of small different things from a lot of people, and incorporating that into your wrestling in order for you to go ahead, develop and succeed. So that's our class for today. Underhook offense and defense, or counters. Sorry, see, sometimes I say defense. Counters and offense. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And the only way you're gonna know if this works, it all works. Um, the only way to know if it's gonna work for you is if you try it. And if you try it one time and it doesn't work, it doesn't mean it's not gonna work again. Maybe it wasn't the right timing, it wasn't the right control. You didn't create enough movement. Your opponent just countered you, did his job and made it difficult for you. So everything you're taught from whoever works. But everything works with the right setups, with the right timing, with proper, almost perfect technique in wrestling. So I'm glad you guys were able to join us today. Stay tuned for Thursday. Again, feel free to comment if you guys want us to go over anything specific, technique-wise. Feel free to let us know. I think Tyler next week is going to he's going to be the leader of one of the classes on either Tuesday or Thursday. So next week, for one of those days, you're going to be blessed to not hear my voice, and he's going to be the one to teach the class. So I enjoy every time we get together. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, and you're learning a little bit. Get a little bit better, stay safe, and go work on those underhooks. Thanks for joining us today.
Mm-hmm.